The world is on fire, and there is nothing worse than feeling helpless and alone. Being a parent or a homemaker can make you feel both. So here's my guide for feeling like a soldier for good instead of a victim of the horrors. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is a space for homemakers of all stripes, whatever their gender, orientation, faith practices, or spirituality may be. I'm glad you found me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So first on my list of things you can do to stop feeling like a victim and to feel like a soldier, empowered to create good change in the world, is to do something for someone else. The reason why this works is because if you look at the news, that can be really overwhelming, but in our own communities, and it's inescapable to see that there are people who need help all around us. And this may look like volunteering at a soup kitchen, at a homeless shelter, if you speak Spanish, volunteering as a translator. Every community has loads of nonprofits that are helping people from all walks of life, so whatever feels good to you can be where you plug yourself in. For me, I volunteer as a board member at a local nonprofit that deals with poverty and justice. The organization focuses on helping people who are in the working class. So they have a tenants' rights union. They focus on getting busing in our area to better support people who work and don't have cars. They also run programs that educate people on the way that economics works in our area, in our country, and in the world. For me, this feels like a very small thing because I used to spend a lot of my time volunteering and giving blood and showing up at protests and anything that I could do to help people out. But with a 9-month-old, I'm a little bit limited as far as my time, and so I chose something that I could do on a Zoom call after his bedtime once a month. If you have better child support or better child care, then you may have the option to do more, but you may not even be able to do once a month, and you may not be able to do something that involves a certain time limit. So there are options like writing postcards to politicians or to voters to encourage them to vote. It's important that you choose something that meets your own abilities and your expectations of your own time. If you overcommit, you can always step back, but as long as you're doing something to help other people, you will feel more empowered and less overwhelmed by the news and all the information that comes to us about all the things that are going wrong in the world. Other ideas that may or may not align with your political ideologies is being a greeter at a Planned Parenthood, helping out a domestic violence shelter, or showing up at a protest. Number 2 is finding or creating community. Isolation makes us sick and it makes us weak. It's not how we evolved to be, and the more isolated you are, the more weak you are when bad things come down the line. If you're a parent, there's so many benefits, especially in an economy that is becoming more and more strangled, to having people in your life who you trade things out with. Whether this looks like being in community with other families who you can have toy rotations with so that your kids don't get bored with toys, but you're not having to constantly buy them, or someone that you split a bulk membership with so that you can buy in bulk, split your groceries and be able to afford more for less, or simply people for you to be able to talk to and share your fears with. Having community makes us all stronger. Community is radical. The nuclear family is a recent invention that isolates us in our respective homes and keeps us from experiencing not just opportunities for financial gain by working together, but also for compassion by experiencing other people and being in their lives. You really can walk kind of a mile in another person's shoes if you're closely enough involved with their family and see the struggles that they go through each and every day. This can be hard because it's impossible to ignore the struggles other people are going through, but it's important if you want to remain compassionate and open to other people. Not only is community radical for you, but it's important and radical for your children. Being around other people raises kids to be compassionate. being around people who are different from them, people who have different experiences, different circumstances, different races and religions. All of those things create kids who are more open to new ideas, who are less likely to reject someone just for being different from them. The third part of being a soldier is to bring your kids along, if you have them. Whether you're going to volunteer, you're going to a protest, or you're going to an educational opportunity, like listening to a speaker, or listening to someone talk at a rally, or listening to somebody, even online, give a talk about news and information and what's going on in the world today. There are two main things that bringing your kids along does for you. One, once again, it encourages compassion and integrity in your children. And second, especially if you have older kids, it can help your kids deal with their own existential crisis about the world today. Kids aren't blind, and especially kids with parents who don't line up with the nuclear family or the average homemaker, they're more likely to experience the world and see it for what it is and be worried. And that worry can really come out in a lot of really negative ways. But if you get your kids involved and feeling like they're making the world a better place, they're less likely to combust inside. How do you and your family feel more empowered in the current world that we live in? Please leave your comments below so that other families can use that information just as they use the information in this video. Hopefully this will be a growing document that creates a lot of ideas and opportunities for people to feel more empowered and to do more to help their fellow man.